All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And with that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. Lord's willing, it's edifying. Not sure what I'm going to title it yet, but it's going to basically revolve around this documentary that I've discovered, that I found on YouTube. All right, it's old, but I've never seen it before. It's pretty edifying, man. So I'm not gonna play the whole video because it's like 42 minutes. But I'm gonna play probably, I don't know. I'm gonna go in the spirit, the Rakal Kwadash, play a good chunk of it, maybe like 7, 8 minutes, something like that, and jump back and forth to the scriptures. You know how I do. Like I said, Lord's willing, is edifying. But watch the whole video in its entirety, man. It's real good. All right. It's off of DW documentary. It's called How Cash is Becoming a Thing of the Past. DW documentary, banking documentary. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna play a good amount of it, not all of it. Like I said, going to Rakal Kwadash. But first, let me pull a scripture right quick. And then, I'll go into Rakal Kwadash. All right. So the first scripture I'm going to pull is going to be 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. All right. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." All right. So like I said, I'll read that over again. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." All right, so we know what's up, man. We have the I solve. Lord's willing, we be those men. We keep enduring till the end. All right. Yahweh Shem Shai has supped with us and through the elders of Great Millstone, and they've opened our eyes, man. All right, so we can see what time it is. All right. Anyway, with that being said, let's jump into the video. How Cash is Becoming a Thing of the Past. DW documentary. All right. So let's go.
It's just easier.
It's becoming easier and easier.
Paying without cash is fast becoming the norm.
I pay even tiny amounts with my card.
It's just easier.
It's becoming easier and easier.
Will cash soon be a thing of the past?
When I think about it, I pay more without cash than with.
We cannot use cash money in Sweden anymore.
Around the world, financial corporations, politicians, and leading economists are working to do away with cash.
I see a future where you will be able to hold digital euro, digital dollars directly at the central bank.
Who stands to profit from a world without money? And who will be the losers?
I'm gonna play that over in a little bit. But yeah, that's really what I wanted. I just want to really spotlight this video, man. It's a real good documentary. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but it's real good, man. It's not, nothing we don't know already, but still, it kind of like sums everything up real good, man. Puts everything in perspective, Let me get another scripture right quick. I'll read that again. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." And we know Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man. He does his bidding. All right. They got a hotline straight to the devil, man. He sups, so he deals directly with them. All right. They are the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, as it is written. Anyway, Revelations 13 and 16. "And he causeth all," talking about really the beast, right? Which is like we always say, is the rebirth of the Roman Empire, All right, but I don't really want to get into it. I want to stay on topic. Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, which the word mark there is charagma, when you look it up, in their right hand or in their forehead, which is an incision, which we keep telling you is the RFID microchip, right? And this video is showing you, if you can receive it, how everything is leading up to this mark, man. They don't go into the mark, the RFID chip, but they're going into how everything is becoming cashless, which is ultimately leading up to this part here. All right, it's something that Elder Apostle Gabar always brings up, called gradualism. Okay, I was watching another video and they were it might be in that same documentary. I watched a couple, and they were interviewing this Edomite on I don't know, I perceive him to be Edomite. They were asking him about cash, actual physical cash money. He says it's outdated, and the interviewer was like, "Oh, it's antiquated." He said, "Yes, that's a good word. I wish I would have used it. Cash is antiquated." So I looked up that word. Well, first thing I thought it was antiquity, like old, But I looked it up, because that's what the elders always teach us, to look things up. Don't assume, be diligent, And I looked it up, and antiquated means old-fashioned, outdated. So that's what we're headed. If you can pay attention, that's what we're headed into. You pull out money sometimes, actual cash money, they looking at you weird, man. Everything is digital. Right now, it's the credit cards and whatnot, and now the new wave is, the new trend is through your phone. All these different apps, cash apps, and whatnot. They're gonna go into it in the video. Sweden, it started actually with PayPal and whatnot. That was all through what Elder Apostle Gabar always goes into, gradualism. Okay, this is off of Wikipedia. Gradualism, from the Latin graduus, step, meaning step by step, little bit by little bit, increments, right? They don't just push things on you all at once, right? Because people will bug the fuck out, all right? But they gradually implement things. A lot of the technology that you receive is gradually introduced to you. For example, the internet, cell phones, GPS, all those technology is old technology that comes from the military. The military been using that technology, okay? But they gradually introduce it to the populace, to the general population, and then you get accustomed to it, okay? Because they ultimately have an agenda. They ultimately have a goal, a plan. All right. When I say they, I'm talking about the elites, the nobles. Okay. The 13. I always mention the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the DuPonts, the Vanderbilts. You can see it here. The Freemans, the Reynolds, the Bundys. These are families, actual families that rule the world, man. Okay, through their corporation, through the beast system. They hide behind NATO and the EU. NATO is Slovakia. NATO is their actual military might that they operate, and their sword that they use to push them, that flex their muscle, and the EU, the EU, that's the financial part. That's how they wage war financially, through their tariffs and whatnot. Okay, but that's the way they operate, and they hide through corporations and whatnot. Okay, but I'm jumping the gun, but I'm all over the place. Lord's willing, is edifying. I haven't even gotten into the video yet, but yeah, I was watching a bunch of videos leading up to this. I was trying to, because this was on my mind heavy. How you can clearly see how the world is becoming cashless, not just America, but the world. Okay, Africa, Europe, North America, South America, every country is moving towards that, and that's the scriptures, Revelations 13 and 16. Okay, and he calls it all. Who's he? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, which primarily the chief house, Amalek, those so-called Jews. Okay, they're the ones that's really behind. They're the chief house of Edom. They operate through the beast system, which is the rebirth of the Roman Empire, which, like I said, is NATO and the EU. All right. But anyway, it says, and he calls it all, not just America, not just England. It's going to be the whole world, man. This is going to try the whole world. Why? Why? Because Yasharallah is scattered amongst all the heathens. We're scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. Okay, and the Lord is coming to redeem Israel. Okay, all right, from amongst the heathen. So this is gonna this is gonna be a worldwide event. Okay, you're not gonna be able to run from this. Okay, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, 666. Okay, but anyway, let's jump back into the video. Salakia. All right, I know I be blibbity blabbing sometimes, man, but it be so much. Let me run it back from the beginning.
We cannot use cash money in Sweden anymore.
Around paying without cash is fast becoming the norm.
I pay even tiny amounts with my card.
It's just easier.
You see, and the RFID microchip is going to replace your card. It's going to replace your cell phone. But they're gradually, through gradualism, I don't know if it's Salakia. Did I read the definition? I don't think I read the definition to you. Salakia. Gradualism. It says, gradualism, from the Latin graduus, step, is a hypothesis, a theory, or a tenet, assuming that change comes about gradually, or that variation is gradual in nature and happens over time as opposed to in large steps. Okay, so they introduce things to you bit by bit. First, they got you introduced to paying. They got you introduced to the concept of digital currency, of crypto, digital currency. Because prior shit, the 90s, you know, we had bank account, but it wasn't like that. You know, everything wasn't digital like that. We still was dealing with money. You had people still hiding money under the mattress, you know, different things of that sort. But slowly they got you used to the idea of credit, you know, building your credit, having good credit, you know, being able to buy things without having the actual money, you know. They slowly introduced that concept to you. Then they introduced the concept of paying through the internet, you know, paying your bills online, and this and that, you know, not having to, you know, it's easy. You're not having to go in to see people, you know. Everything is, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. You can just operate through the internet, man. You know, they slowly introduced that to you. You know, me personally, I pay damn near everything online. I don't go. I pay all my bills, my cell phone bill, my all my bills online. You know, but it never used to be so. You used to have to mail in checks. Actually, they got you gradually introduced to that way of life. And then what? Now they gradually introducing you. The credit card wasn't enough. They gradually introduced you to inserting that chip. Your card has to have that chip on it. You know, and you have to insert it into the machine to be read. Okay, they gradually introducing you to that concept. Okay, and like I said, it's all leading into that cashless RFID agenda. That's been prophesied in Revelation 13 and 16. That the elders been bringing out for ages, man. Okay, so let me go back into the video. I didn't want to make it too damn long, man.
It's becoming easier and easier.
Will cash soon be a thing of the past?
When I think about it, I pay more without cash than with.
We cannot use cash money in Sweden anymore.
Around the world, financial corporations, politicians, and leading economists are working to do away with cash.
See, financial corporations, politicians, and leading financial institutions are and that's all code word for the wicked elite, because they're behind all of it. The central banking system, that's how they operate through their corporations. They hide behind their corporations. They're all one. What is that? Out of many, one. Like they told you in I had it here. I looked it up too. I wanted to make sure I had it right. Slovakia. Because what's that quote? Elder Apostle Gabar always brings out the infamous quote by Meyer Amschel Rothschild. Okay, and like I said, he's one of the Rothschilds. Okay, one of the wicked elites. Where they're at, Rothschilds. Okay, it says infamous Meyer Amschel Rothschild quote: "Give me control of a nation's money, and I care not who makes the laws." And what's the best way to control the money? To do away with the money completely and just make it digital, and then make it one world order. E pluribus unum. Okay, out of one many. Okay. It says is a 13-letter. It's on the back of your money. Okay. It says it's a 13-letter traditional motto of the United States, appearing on the Great Seal along with Annuit Copius. Annuit Copius and Novus Ordos Sepurum, Latin for New Order of the Ages, New World Order. See, even on the money it tells you. Because what? It's a wicked elite, the nobles. They're the ones that really control things, right? But that's what that is. He don't care about that. He want to do. What's the best way to do away to make everything digital? Okay, and that's what you see. The whole world is going cashless. Okay, and who's really pushing it? The central banking system. All right. It says, "Give me control of a nation's money, and I care not who makes the laws." All right. Meyer Amschel, and that's the best way because you can monitor everything. You can see everything. You can see everything. You can't hide nothing. You can see where all the nation is spending its money, what the fund. You can see everything because you can track everything because it's digital. All right. It says Meyer Amschel Bauer, godfather of the Rothschild banking cartel of Europe. And I had to look up what the word cartel is so I can make sure I'm not, so we can be 1,000, okay? So this is cartel, an association of manufacturers or suppliers with the purpose of maintaining prices at high level and restricting competition. So they're criminals, they're crooks, man, and they're corporations, they're associations. That's what they do. They hide behind their different corporations, their different associations, all right? But they're ultimately a criminal organization. They're all together. They're all confederate against us, okay? Even against his own people, man. Esau Edom's something else, man. His desire is as hell. But anyway, let's get back into the video.
Where you will be able to hold digital euro, digital dollars directly at the central bank.
Central bank. It's all leading up to the central banking, man. Like I said, the Rothschilds and the wicked elite. They're wicked agenda, man.
Profit from a world without money. And who will be the losers?
You're gonna be that loser if you take that damn chip. Let me show you right quick because I don't want to make it too long. At least I can get all the scriptures out of the way, and I might come back to them. I just wanted to make sure I hit them all because I told you what the mark of the beast is. It's the RFID microchip, right? That no man might buy or sell, right? But I just want to get right. He said who's going to be the loser, all right? This is Revelations chapter 16, verse 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. Okay? This is the judgment for those that take that chip. Okay? It says, and the first went and poured out his vial, Revelation 16 and 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, which is that RFID microchip. Like I said, it's going to try the whole world, man. And if you take that chip, you will be destroyed. And upon them which worshipped his image. Okay? Because sore destruction is going to fall upon you, man. Okay? All right? Let me get back to the video right quick. It's a lot.
Who stands to profit from a world without money? And who will be the losers?
I explained that to you already.
Without Susanna Schlierer, many people would have problems getting their hands on money. Here in the so-called Swabian Alps, a rural part of southwest Germany, she drives out to villages that no longer have a bank or cash machine.
When I started my training, the bank was still opening new branches. I never thought I would end up providing my customers with money and other banking services in this way.
Her money van serves the outlying areas around the town of Heidenheim. She has specially assigned stops where she parks and then sets up shop. This bank on wheels provides the usual over-the-counter services. It has an ATM and a machine for printing bank statements. Many here are fed up that they have no bank in their area.
That would be much better. Young people like me can use online banking, but I still need cash.
There's no other option in this area anymore. There's nothing.
This is probably just a temporary measure for the next few years. All the banks are closing down branches. It's happening more and more. They're forced to save money.
Nah, it's part of the agenda. Gradualism. Okay? And it's going to come here. It's going to be worldwide, man. Because that's what everything is leading to. Cash is becoming a thing of the past. Everything is leading towards that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast.
Just a few kilometers away from Heidenheim is the town of Heldenfingen. The local bank closed here in 2017. And Heldenfingen is not served by a money van. Anyone needing cash here heads to a local inn called the Oxen.
Oh, have I come at a...
It's a lot, and you can see it's hitting different. If you can receive it, it's hitting different countries differently, but it's all the same effect. You know, the way it may be coming. The means of it like for example, Venezuela, they pretty much the same. You'll see here, this guy is pretty much he gives them the money, you know, because cash is becoming obsolete. You know, they can't get their actual physical cash. The same thing as Venezuela. The money is pretty much obsolete. You know, that happened because the economy was so shitty, but it's still nonetheless the same effect. It's becoming cashless. You know, Venezuela was talking about cryptocurrencies and this, that, and the third. You know, a lot of African nations are talking about cryptocurrency. You know, different way. It's happening different ways, but it's still the same effect. Everything is leading up, becoming cashless.
Bad time.
How much do you need?
50 euros, can't afford more.
The manager uses his card reader to debit people's accounts and pay out cash to anyone who needs it. He set the limit at 200 euros. After all, he's not a bank, he says.
Sometimes to go somewhere.
And if you notice, she didn't swipe her card. She inserted it because her card has that chip on it. So, you know, ain't no way around it, man. That chip, that RFID chip, man, that's the way, that's going to be the means of operation. That's the way you're going to get around is through that chip. And that chip is ultimately going to be implanted in your ass, man. Not in me, Lord's willing, but in y'all, the 2/3. Because that's what this thing is leading up to, man.
Or more discreet to pay out the money. It's up to the individual. Some people don't want others to see that they're taking out money.
So you gotta peep what is the gravity of that. There are no ATMs, there are no banks, there's no means of getting actual cash, money. They have to go to this guy, this bar, and he only lets you take out 200 euros at a time. Okay? And he's not even a bank. He's just a bar. And because I guess like I've been to England before, so a lot of people go to these pubs and whatnot, and they're in Germany. Matter of fact, Germany is the Tiemens. You see? So it's not just Sweden, it's all over, man. It's pretty much in full effect in Europe, man. You know, majority of Europe is already cashless, man. You know? We right there, man. We right there, you know.
Cash on tap, so to speak. His customers certainly appreciate the service.
I'd rather have physical money in my hands. That's right. You can get a watch now to pay for things or transfer money. It'll even give you a receipt. All this is just the beginning.
All this
Good grammar.
Damn commercial. Salaki. Ad. All this is just the beginning. He's absolutely right. Because it's ultimately leading up to the RFID microchip.
And spelling are important. But if you want to write essays that inspire,
Inserting that chip.
A world without cash. In
Everybody
Sweden, that's now
insert the
all
chip.
but a reality. Whether you're buying a ticket for the tram or bus, a meal at a restaurant or cafe, paying for the parking lot.
And we're gradually, see, gradualism. We're gradually turning into this too. You know, you go downtown Tampa, you go downtown Orlando, go downtown these different metropolitan cities. You know, a lot of things you can do with your phone, man. You can do a lot of things have that barcode on it. It's gradually conditioning you to be, to not using cash, man. You know.
A world without cash. In Sweden, that's now all but a reality. Whether you're buying a ticket for the tram or bus, a meal at a restaurant or cafe, paying for the parking lot, or even the public bathrooms. All you need is a card or mobile phone.
Imagine, and everything is already set up to scan that chip. So it's gonna be nothing for them to switch it over to the actual chip in your hand, man. You know, that's the real that real ID, the real. Nobody can't steal it. You know, they could. It's you. You know, it's a part of you. You know, biometrics is what they call it. You know, you can clearly see that's where it's leading to. Gradualism. They showed you long time ago in their movies. Judge Dredd. What's another one? One of my favorite ones. Demolition Man. You know, they show you all the time. Gradualism. Minority Report. You know, slowly conditioning you to this, to the lack of privacy. You know, All these apps, when you join an app, or this long thing to give up your rights. You know, I want to take over your camera. I want to take over your this, your that in your phone. Why? Slowly conditioning you. Gradualism.
We've come to a flea market in the centre of Stockholm. There's the usual array of bargains. Most of them can be purchased for very little.
Even at the flea market, man, you can't use cash.
But you soon notice that virtually every stand has a sign bearing mobile phone numbers and often a name too.
Like I said, you got the Cash App, you got the you been had the Apple, that little Apple thing that you could put on your phone and swipe your cards. I forget what they call it, but they've been doing stuff like this already, man. You know, slowly conditioning you.
If you find something you like, you just pull out your phone and swish. It's Sweden's very own mobile payment system.
I bought a couple of pants for my sister, this one, and a dress, 60 crowns for both.
And you paid with a mobile, right?
Yes.
You always pay with mobile, or
no card mostly, but like these occasions, it's really good to pay with Swish. Yeah.
So how does Swish work?
Basically, you just need a person's phone number. So you type in the person's phone number, and it will announce like who the person is that it belongs to, and then you will just get notified. Like if somebody swishes me, I will get a notification that the money is in my account.
Sweden's banks got together to launch the service as a joint initiative. The aim is to simplify payment and cut costs.
They all inserting that damn chip, man. They all inserting it, man. It's that RFID chip, man, and they're gonna put it in your damn hand or the forehead.
I never use cash.
From my view, if you can be completely without cash, I mean, I think that would be good.
I hate having cash on me. They just disappear. If you have it in pockets, sometimes I even throw them in the garbage because I don't know what to put them.
Because they trust in Egypt. They trust in oppression. Okay? You're going to put all your faith and your trust in the digital, in the bank, man? You know, that's crazy. Anything can happen. They could shut, the bank can go under. You know, the bank can close. And anything can happen, man. Your account can be deleted. You're going to put all your faith and trust in, that's crazy, man.
Where to put them?
The prospect of cash disappearing completely.
The thing about cash, you could put a little money to the side and have it for backup, man. You know that you could go and whatever, go touch it if you need to go do something, but you got it in a bank account and it's gonna be digital, like Aaron Russo said. They're gonna lock your chip off. They're gonna shut you off when they feel like it. You know, they're gonna deduct whatever they want to deduct when they feel like it. You know, you might be working at a job and your paycheck is straight negative every month, negative. You don't even see your paycheck. Like child support, the shit just already deducted. You know, like your taxes, they can just garnish your wages. That's how it's gonna be, just garnish your damn checks. So you're gonna be an actual damn slave, man, and you're not gonna be able to operate outside of society because everyone is gonna be on that system, that beast system. Okay. You're not going to be able to buy or sell as it says in Revelations 13 and 16. Okay? We right there, man.
Completely doesn't bother most people here.
Most of the cash that exists today, they don't
And that's
exist.
what John saw on the Isle of Patmos, man. Majority of society is going to take that damn chip, man. A lot of jakes, a lot of you so-called Israelites that know you Israelites gonna take that damn chip. That's what John saw. You lining up like dummies to take the shit, even though you knew better. You know that's what's gonna happen, man. You can clearly see it. You can clearly see, clear as day, man.
In physical money, so I think we are already there.
Because you're already conditioned. Like you said, you're already there. You're already conditioned. Especially these young people. These young people are completely gone, man. They damn sure gonna take it, man. You older people, you gonna take it. You gonna take it. You fearful. You know, you don't want no smoke. You know, we right there, man. We right there. Elder Apostles Tahar rightfully named this year the year of Karagma. Okay, you can clearly see we close.
They just disappear. If you have it in pockets, sometimes I even throw them in the garbage because I don't know what to put them.
She just throw money.
Where to put them.
That's how you know this is her fucking kingdom. Okay, she just throw money away. You know, she got so much, she just throw the shit away. Wow.
I mean, I think that would be good.
I hate having cash on me. They just disappear. If you have it in pockets, sometimes I even throw them in the garbage because I don't know what to put them. where to put them.
The prospect of cash disappearing completely doesn't bother most people here.
Most of the cash that exists today, they don't exist in physical money. So I think we are already there. And when individuals stop using physical money, that's just a very tiny, small step in this whole process which has been going on for a long time.
There are dissenting voices, but they're the exception.
I'm forced to it. We cannot use cash money in Sweden anymore. At least very, very, very little, because they take it.
She's forced to it. She says she cannot use cash money in Sweden. Very, very little. I'll read that again in Revelation, man. Because people think it's far-fetched. You know, it's not far-fetched. It's clear as day, man. It's clear as day that how it can happen. Where you're watching it being manifest in front of your eyes, man. Okay. It says Revelations 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Okay, no matter if you're young, old, you got a lot of money, a little bit of money. It don't matter if you incarcerated, if you free. It don't matter. To receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads, that chip. You're already conditioned to the chip to insert in the shit. It's gonna be nothing to have it implemented. You're gonna trust it. You're gonna willingly take it because it's gonna make sense to you. It's gonna be like the scripture said. He deceived with the miracles. Hold on, Salakia. Let me come up a little bit. Salakia. And it says, Revelations 13 and 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. You trust in Esau, Edom. You see? And not to mention, I was just watching a video the other day. They were talking about how they can have chips that can help people that are paraplegic. You know, people that are crippled and shit, move their arms, move their legs. You know, people are gonna willingly take that chip, man. You know, all the things that it so-called offers you, the advantages, you see, the miracles, you see. That's why I said that the technology shall increase. All right. It says, and Revelation 13 and 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Okay, but that's the main point that I wanted to get, man. He's gonna deceive y'all with his miracles. That's why he's gonna take the chip, man. You see? And it says, and no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. Okay? And that's what we're leading up to. As the old lady just said, they force her to. There's not the actual chip yet, but we getting close.
Going on for a long time.
There are dissenting voices, but they're the exception.
I'm forced to it. We cannot use cash money in Sweden anymore. At least very, very, very little, because they take it away. So I have to use my card. I would like to choose for myself what I would use, like this. I don't want to use a card here, because I don't know the people who works here, and I feel not safe to use my cards, especially not my credit card.
And that's why a lot of people are gonna take it, because you know a lot of people that kind of are hesitant about going cash. I'm gonna shut it down here. It's already 40 minutes. A lot of people that are kind of hesitant about that chip. You know, they might be on the fence. They might hear the brothers and this, that, and the third. They might not want to, you know, they're on the fence. Well, remember, a lot of things are going to happen, man. It's going to be all out hell out here, man. Jacob's trouble, you know, terrorist attacks are going to ramp up because the scripture said, terrorists shall make him afraid and shall drive him to his feet. So a lot of people they're gonna trust in like I said, they're gonna trust in Egypt, man. They're gonna trust in it, man. They're gonna trust that Chip is gonna make everything better. He's gonna deceive them with those miracles. We're gonna be able to track you. We're gonna be able to see who's who. We're gonna be able to. It's gonna be safer. It's gonna be faster. But anyway, with that being said, Lord's willing, was edifying. I know I was kind of all over the place. Hopefully, the point was made. I just really wanted to shout out this video, man. Go watch the whole video. We barely got into it. I'll be blibbity blabbing. It's DW documentary, How Cash is Becoming a Thing of the Past. The whole thing is good. There was a lot more meat on there, but I don't want to make it too long. All right. But anyway, with that being said, Lord's willing, is edifying. Like I always say, we almost out of here. Keep pushing. Shalom.